right, y'all. What's up? I'm Xavier Mills from Is God Is, and I'm tuned in to According to Portia.
Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Portia Monique, and it's such a pleasure to have you, Xavier.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. So, I am sitting down with one of Hollywood's most exciting and rising stars, Xavier Mills. He's an athlete turned actor with a powerhouse lineup of projects alongside icons, okay, like Sterling K. Brown and Glenn Powell. And trust me, you're going to want to remember this name.
Oh
So,
man, thank
before
you.
we get into this interview, I want to know your athlete background. Where did you come from? How did you even know that acting was something that you wanted to do? And then how did you start landing these big roles?
Uh First off, God could not do it without him. But as far as the athletic background, played basketball my whole life. My dad instilled me with the sports, family. That's where we all came together, the sports. That's how we all, family was so supportive in that. And so did that for a while, came to Winston-Salem State. And I think Winston-Salem State, I got to see so many different characters being at my HBCU. I got to see so many different people. And it shaped me differently because I would just imitate people, right? And I'm like, oh man, this is kind of fun. People like, oh, you sound like Will Smith. You could be like a Will Smith impersonator, And so I would just do that all the time. And I feel like people kind of spoke that into me. You should be an actor. You should be an actor. I'm like, you know what, man? Maybe, yeah, I should try it. I should try it. Then I saw a film called Good Will Hunting. And right after that, I saw Antoine Fisher. So these two films spoke in therapy in a way. Maybe I needed that. I don't know. But those films made me cry. And I'm like,
Mm.
okay, how can I do that? How can I get on the screen and allow people to feel? Because I've never been in these situations, but it has an impact. Film has an impact on us, and
Yeah.
it allows us to escape this world, or sometimes it allows us to just feel seen. And I saw the power of acting, and so I think from that I just joined the acting class right there in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And that guy put me on with an agent, and that agent saw my value, even when I don't think I saw it then at that moment.
Mhm.
And what I did in sports, I applied that to the acting world. I told my agent, listen, when we step in, um, I want to be a part of projects that are very important and that tell great stories. And um, I think just from that athletic background, it just God has just placed me with the right people, and my agent saw my value and gave me the right auditions.
I love it. I love it. And it was so very important for you to speak over your life what it was that you wanted, right? So you're a visionary. You're like, this is what I want. I'm putting it in place so that you can speak for me. And then the other thing with what I just heard is HBCUs are magical.
Come
Like,
on now.
I don't know, I don't know about them other institutions, but see you listen, they just kind of poured into you and speak life and birth the greatness and the genius out of people. So congratulations to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think it's needed when you go to a HBCU. Um, you just get to see so many pockets of where you could go, right? It's like, man, I could see myself as being one dimensional as just a basketball player. Honestly, that's what I thought myself as, just a basketball player. That's what I knew growing up. And I knew that discipline.
Yeah.
But then when I got to see how people dress, how people presented themselves. And when you go to a HBCU, I'm gonna tell you, it might be 9 a.m., but somebody gonna have on a nice outfit. All right.
Already.
Yeah, already.
Already.
It's real. And so you got to see
Yeah.
that. And then, I think that stuff helps shape you. You
Yeah.
don't feel alone, you
Yes.
find your people.
Yeah, absolutely. I encourage everyone that can, all of us, our community, to go to an HBCU because there's no other experience like it, and you won't get it anywhere else.
You won't.
You can have a black student union, you can have a black student you're not going to get it. So
Yeah.
anyway, congratulations to
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Let's talk about this film.
Mm.
It What is so you are working opposite. You're starring opposite Sterling K. Brown in this film that's about to come out. It's already being described as a genre-defining and emotionally intense film. What did you learn from sharing spaces with an actor of Sterling K. Brown's caliber so early on in your career?
That's a really great question. First off, walking into that space, man, that is somebody that is so kind. I walked into that space, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. You know, you speak yourself to be in these spaces, and you want to be in these rooms, and then when you get there, you're wondering how it's gonna feel. And let me tell you, somebody like that you see on the screen so much, and then you see them in person, they have such a light about them. Like I feel like the room gets brighter when I walk in. Um, but it's how smart he is when it comes to film. Like he understands what is going on. He understands the shot. He understands how to use the camera, and he's so creative. You know, and also just a human being, a person, a good person, and to be in that space with him, I got to see the art of relaxation
Mm.
because I think that. Of course, to get to those spaces, you want to be great, and sometimes we could put that pressure on ourselves, right? And sometimes putting that pressure on yourself is not always good because you have to allow space for the character to come out and express themselves. So me, the actor, can't be tight and I can't have tension on me. And when I saw him, he understood every camera angle. He know how to make that tear fall when the camera gets close. And um, I just knew that being in that presence with him, um, I knew that God said, "Hey, watch and learn." And it felt like, if I'm talking about basketball terms, it feels like you're the rookie and that's the captain, and you listen to what the captain says and you watch. And I think that's the best way to grow from these people. You see what they do. I didn't try to overtalk. You know, I just allowed myself to see everything. Like I think I was a fly on the wall. If he said the camera, we're gonna do the camera here, and then when it comes here, maybe I'll try something like this. I said, okay, yeah, let me put that in my notes. Yeah, you're gonna do that when the camera get here. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So, but that's just how it felt. You know, I think that he's somebody that took me in and put egos or pride aside. It just didn't feel like that. That whole project felt like a team, and
Yeah.
that's why I feel like this is a great project. It felt
Yeah.
like a big old cookout. It felt like I was at my HBCU.
Yeah, yeah, it felt like home. I love that, especially for you, a newcomer. And when you say he was so kind, well,
Mhm.
that's the feeling that you want to get on your new job or, on your first day. And just know that you're going to be okay when you walk into the room and they just embrace you and envelop you and be like, come on, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
about to win.
Exactly. And you need that. You need that because that stuff right there it allows you to just be in the flow state.
Yeah,
And man, it
yeah,
teaches you. It's a great guide to say, hey, when I'm a number one, I want to do that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's such a leadership mentality.
Pays it forward for
Yeah.
sure. Now, tell us briefly about your character and what we are going to see when this film drops.
Man, so I play the character Scotch in this film, and of course I'm one of Sterling K. Brown's kids. And I think when you see my character, I'm a product of my father. You know, I think that when I say that I'm a product of my father, I think that the way that I am, that is something that's learned.
Mhm.
You know, so I think when we look at kids, kids are a certain way because of the way their upbringing is, the way that their parents teach them. Parents are very important in our
Yeah,
lives, and they help shape us and mold us. Definitely while we're younger, you
yeah,
know, because that's how we go out to the world. That's how we approach things, and of course, we learn things from the outside. You know, when we go to school, we learn things from there. But when you come back home, that's where the discipline and the structure happens. And so when I look at Scotch, he has his wildness. He's a little wild and he has a little bit of control. And I think there's this thing of wanting to be dominant a little bit. And I think there's an idea of what it is to be a man. I think to what his idea of being a man is, okay, to have control and to maybe talk to women a certain way because that's what I've seen. And I feel like
Yeah.
that's how I get my respect.
Yeah.
So understand that he is a kid and this is how he knows, this is what he knows. So that's what I want
Yeah.
people to take away from
Mhm.
Scotch. But, you know, he goes through his own things.
I love it. Well, we certainly can't wait to see it. May 15th, we are all going to flood the theaters like we're doing right now for Michael.
Get in there.
We're going to be in there. Now, sort of discipline and your prior life as an athlete. Of course, you were a collegiate athlete star before coming into this role. What discipline and or mindset from basketball still shows up for you on set today?
Hmm. Think you only get to where you are by consistently showing up and giving 100%.
Mhm,
You're going to have wins and losses,
mhm.
but they do not define you. And when it comes to this acting space, we in this audition space, you're always constantly trying to get the next thing.
Yeah.
Yes, sometimes you might not hear back after doing an audition, and so easily to let these things define you. Be like, man, am I not? What am I not doing? Why am I not getting the job? But if you know the end goal and you know where you want to be, don't let these small moments define you. Because we're trying to build championships over here,
Mm.
and it takes a good team, right? And
Right.
so you're right. So my biggest thing in this moment is like, you come into acting, don't just think about, okay, I just want to be on TV. No, be specific in the things that you want.
Yeah.
Because champions, they don't just go out and say, oh, I'm gonna just play the game. No, they study, they prepare for these moments.
Yeah.
And that's when preparation meets opportunity. And
Mhm.
then you can go in there and you show out. And you might not get that job, but sometimes that might lead you to the next thing. But that's what I bring into this world. You know, I bring that from that basketball aspect, that discipline, and knowing that I know where I'm headed. And I know God made me to shine and I'm gonna shine.
I love it. Come
Come on now. Uh-oh. You see,
on.
I think is it a coffee? I think it's you, girl. You got me preaching.
I love it. So you already are, you have a stacked year ahead. You have a lot going on for yourself. Can we talk about some of the other films and other projects that you're working on, right? So you're returning as Nashawn Leonard in season 2 of Chad Powers with Glenn Powell. What can fans expect from your character this time around? Is it more intensity, more depth, or a completely new layer?
I think definitely more intensity. You might want to call him Nashine because you know he blinged out a little bit this season. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. He's stepping into this season. I think you're definitely going to see someone who is going to hear. He's more talkative and he's going to speak about what he wants from his
Yeah.
quarterback. And I think you see their relationship develop a little bit. In my, in Nashawn, like quarterback, wide receiver. You look at these in the NFL, and you see these the QB has to be your best friend in a way because they gonna get you the ball. And
Yeah.
so I definitely see this develops this season, and Nashawn gonna talk his mess. All
Yeah.
right, understand that. He gonna pop his S, and I
Yeah.
ain't gonna say the word, but just know he gonna be
No.
out there talking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You think of Chad Johnson, Chad Ochocinco, he's one of those type of guys.
Okay, I love
Yeah.
that. That parallel. Now, what about this boxing film that's coming up, Fight for 84? It's coming to Netflix. Let's talk briefly about that. Between basketball, football, and boxing, you are intentionally building this lane as one of the most athletic actors in Hollywood.
Oh
So,
man,
for a second, yes.
man. First off, such an amazing project to work on. Got to learn from Jamie Foxx in that space as well. But that 84, I don't know when it's coming out, but man, that's going to be such a touching film. It roots in this 84 team that's trying to, win the Olympics. It's going to take place in LA. So we're hometown, we're fighting there. And my character is somebody who was on the 1980 Olympic team. He didn't get on the plane because, he was injured and that plane crashed and everybody died on that plane. And so this 1984 team is kind of like a team that's trying to put USA on the map. It's definitely with boxing because we weren't really known for the boxing. We weren't really known in that boxing world just yet, as far as like team aspect. And so you're just seeing these people having to fight to win. Um, and represent USA in a way, and also that 1980 team in a way,
Yeah.
because they didn't get that chance.
Mhm.
And yeah, character is somebody who's still trying to actively win in his life, but also win for them.
Yeah.
And it's a roller coaster of emotions when it comes to that film.
But we can't wait for that, but we also can't wait for Forever Season 2. Now, when
Woo!
I was prepping for this interview, I did not realize that you were Christian,
Oh,
that we didn't like. But what excites you the most about stepping back into the role of Christian and continuing that story?
well, will I be there? I don't know. That's the question. I cannot say. Who knows? Maybe I'll be there, maybe I won't. But hey, um, let me just say, it was such a great role to play. I felt like somebody that knew what it felt like to be number one and get everything his own way. But when it came to Keisha, he made that mistake, and now he's trying to, you know, y'all know, man, we all make mistakes in life.
Go
Man,
ahead. Keep with that mistake. Go.
yeah, I could walk out in the world and they say, "Hey, you Christian? Boy, I can't stand you." I just feel like I got that bad kid face right now. That's all.
That's all right because you have so many other projects coming up that people gonna be like, "Oh yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah."
yeah. You was mean in there, but you made up for it there. All right.
Oscar worthy, Oscar worthy. Also, currently in Undercard with Wanda Sykes. What
Yes.
did that project allow you to explore that audiences haven't seen from you yet?
I think that honestly, with that project, you kind of see a person who knows what he wants in his career, and I think that you don't see me be you're not seeing me be somebody who's the a-hole in the film. I think you're actually seeing somebody who is loving and looks at Wanda Sykes' character as a mother as well. And he's actively fighting for a championship. We talk about championships and you need a good team. And so when you look at undercard, is this team able to help me get there? And if I hope people continue to go check this film out because Tamika Miller put something great. Wanda Sykes starred in this, and Wanda Sykes did her thing. But I got to share that space with her and see my character have to make decisions that are bigger than himself in moments to become a champion. And sometimes saying no is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I say that's
Well, we love everything that you're doing. We cannot wait to support you in the theater, streaming on screen, in person, all of those good things. Last question for you, because over here at Relevance, we are all about excellence, not perfection, but intention. So, what does excellence look like for you in this season of your life?
hmm. um. What does excellent look like for me? That's a great question that makes me pause for a second because I'm still developing it. I think it's stepping into the things that I say that I want.
Mhm.
Like as far as being on great projects, to being around people that are stepping outside the box as God is. I don't know what's next, but my dad told me something it's called brainchild. And what brainchild is we birth thoughts in our mind, right? You birth this thought and you allow it to come to life. You give it life. You have to nurture it, just like a baby. You things happen, you nurture it, and it comes to life. Right now, I'm in the process of writing things down because after seeing Is God Is, it shifted my mind because I saw when you actively think outside the box and you don't judge your thoughts, you can truly make something great. And that's when I look at Alicia Harris. And so, yeah, she changed me. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm still actively looking for what's next and what's excellent for me.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love it. Well, that is certainly a wrap. Thank you so much, Xavier Mills. Remember that name because this isn't just a breakout moment for you. This is the beginning of a takeover. And we are here for it. We love it. Stay locked in because according to Portia, this is what excellence looks like. Take
Come
care.
on now.
I love
Mm.
it. Thank
All
you.
right, boy, should be blessed.